from the Fox 5 studios, this is the RebZone Sports Show, sponsored by Hennis and Haight. Help is here.
You know, last week's game, a trophy game between, kind of a rivalry in different areas, to one that's an in-state one, that is a neighbor to neighbor, and how important the game is to everybody in the state of Nevada. So, we talk about that, but we talk about the other things that we have a lot, that not just is it a rivalry game. They've won 3 out of the last 4 games. They're peaking at the end of the year. We also want to play our best, and we have the opportunity to continue to play for a championship.
They're looking for Carpenter for a moment. Jones gets brought down from behind. UNLV gets home. Jaheim Joseph.
There's just no way that they should have that much more than we have. There's just no way. And so, like I said yesterday, they're Mercedes-Benz or Lamborghini or whatever, man, I'm good being F-150. I'm good being the Ram truck. I'm good having the old beater in the driveway.
And McKinney, it's Rams here, another tougher. Lost the football. UNLV all over it. Chief Borders surrounds it.
What a fun night in Reno. The Cannon is back in Las Vegas, staying red for the 4th year in a row. Welcome into the RebZone. I'm your host, Paloma Villicana. Of course, we got a huge show tonight with a Cannon game to break down with head coach Dan Mullen and a Mountain West title game to play this Friday night in Boise, Idaho. We all woke up this morning to the news of Boise and UNLV in this year's Mountain West title game. Do we wish this game was being played inside at Allegiant Stadium? Of course we do. But both Jet Thomas and Marcel McDuffie have told me last year's 21-7 loss to the Broncos left a bad taste in their mouth. Both players chose to stay at UNLV and play for Dan Mullen, leading the Rebels back to the Mountain West title game. This will be the 3rd straight Mountain West game between the Rebels and Broncos for the title trophy. Boise State will be seeking their 3rd straight title, and UNLV will be fighting to hoist up the trophy for the first time in program history. Get your tickets now, Rebel Nation. We're headed for a 5 p.m. kickoff in Boise on a chilly Friday night. Well, let's take a look at last night's chilly game in Reno. Easy touchdown for the Rebels on the opening drive. All UNLV to start this game. A handoff to Jet Thomas and let him rock from 17 yards out. The Rebels jump on the board first. UNLV's defense comes out with a fight. Carter Jones sacked by Jaheim Joseph. The Wolfpack would settle for a 40-yard kick, trailing UNLV 7-3 after 1. Calandria cooking in the second quarter, connects with Troy O'Meara, and that's another UNLV touchdown. The Rebels rolling in the Cannon game 14-3. The Rebels scrapping on defense. The star of the RebZone recovers the loose ball, and the UNLV turnover results in a touchdown. Calandria doing Anthony Calandria things, rolling in for his 8th rushing touchdown this season. The Rebels dominating 21-3. Welcome back, Jet Thomas. Coming out the Wildcat, putting on a show in Reno. Jet rolls in for his 2nd score of the night. UNLV up 28-3. Second half, here comes the Wolfpack after a 58-yard run. UNR runs into the end zone, punching the Rebels 28-10. Rebels respond on the next drive. Jet Thomas rolls in for his 3rd score of the night. Rebels extend their lead 35-10. UNLV's defense hunting the Wolfpack. Jaheim Joseph all over UNR. The ball comes out and UNLV recovers the fumble. Jet Thomas, the star of the night, would punch it in from 1 yard out on the next drive. And folks, it is a blowout in Reno. UNLV up 42-10. Wolfpack still clawing. Caleb Rumsor bolts into the end zone. The Wolfpack trail UNLV 42-17. And that's it for this year's Cannon game. The Fremont Cannon stays red for the 4th year in a row. The Rebels wrap up the regular season with 4 straight wins. Jet Thomas scores 4 rushing touchdowns and tells us how talented his room is this season.
The bond, we just have a great bond in the backfield. We laugh, we joke. Those are really, I can say my brothers. We have those convos, just little stuff, making sure we just doing everything we can. Even at practice, we might talk about each other here and there, but it's all love. We just it's just a great bond. Even with Coach Q from Deuce, it's just brotherly love in there.
It's pretty cool. There's a lot of smack talk out there, and you know how it is with rivalry games and whatnot. Both teams came to play. Much respect to them. They're a great team, and we're going to keep it moving. Yeah, and we just got to limit those. Obviously, that wasn't our brand of football tonight. The past couple games have been pretty good about penalties, and we just let a little loose tonight. I think as a whole, we played great, flew around, really held them to not many points, and made them really work for it.
Statement win on the road, keeping the Cannon red for the 4th year in a row. What do you think you've shown the conference this season?
Well, we expect to be the top team in this league. Be able to compete for championships year in and year out. That's what the program's about. That's the program we want to build. And to do that in year one with a whole new team and a new staff, I think that's a good step in the right direction, and of where we're building this program to be a consistent championship level program. And that's due to the support of the university, our president, our athletic director, all the support they give us, the fans, City of Las Vegas, the UNLV fans and supporters. They've helped build this program to where it is right now, where we expect to compete for championships every year.
Grit, toughness, all 4 quarters from your guys. What'd you see tonight?
Yeah, well, we talked about wanting to play a great game. You want to peak at the end of the season and be playing our best football this time of year. And I think in every phase we played, offense, defensively, special teams, we played a fantastic game from beginning to end, and really proud of our guys. It's tough to come into a rivalry game. A lot of pressure on us. I think everybody in the league wanted us to lose with the trying to get to the championship game. But, for our guys to come out in a big game like this, big in a tough environment on the road, find a way to win, find a way to play really one of our best games of the year, I'm really proud of us. So, obviously embarrassed about the penalties to me, because they're controllable ones. Like if we have PIs and holdings, some of that stuff. But you have some of these personal fouls, the offsides. That's coaching. That's embarrassing. That's on me. I own that, and I got to do such a better job with our guys, because, that was the one. That's the only negative I can come up with in anything about this game are the penalties. Besides the penalties, just getting to the quarterback, Jaheim Joseph tonight. What can you say about that? No, I think our guys were able to create pressure, and we were able to keep them behind the chains, which is one thing we really wanted to do. And then when you get them behind the chains, we're able to get pressure on the quarterback. Yep. I thought we did a great job of that defensively. We kept giving them opportunities, giving them first downs on penalties, but besides that, played great first and second down defense. That was something that was hurting us earlier in the year. We've really turned that around, and it was good to see.
The boys are headed back to Boise for some unfinished business against the Broncos. We'll hear more from Jet Thomas and Jake Cope on this year's title game, and we'll hear what Dan Mullen has to say about finishing the regular season 10-2. More RebZone after the break. Welcome back. Golden Pineapple secured, Fremont Cannon secured. Now it's time for the Rebels to go get that Mountain West Championship trophy. What a wild weekend it's been with UNLV and Boise coming out the computers this morning. The 4-way tie for the title game. It was a nerve-wracking day, but UNLV is ready to take care of business on Friday night and get revenge on the Broncos. Dan Mullen's first trip to the Blue Turf was a blowout in Boise earlier this season. The Rebels trailed by 4 at halftime, 28-24, but gave up 558 total yards of offense in this matchup. One wide open touchdown after another for Boise State, dominating the Rebels 56-31. Boise State won their final 2 regular season games and have been playing without their starting quarterback Maddox Madsen, who suffered a leg injury to Fresno State on November 1st. Spencer Danielson told reporters if Madsen is healthy this week, he'll be playing in the Mountain West title game. Here's what the Rebels have to say about the rematch.
Oh, it's an honor, just being back to back. But I'm gonna just do everything I can in my ability just to help my team out to win this championship.
Just limit the penalties. I think we should keep playing the brand of football we've been playing. We've been playing very fast and very, very well. Just no more penalties, and obviously in a game like that, it's very detrimental. So we'll try to tighten that up this week.
On the other side of the ball, Jet Thomas, the difference maker for you guys. I know he's been banged up this season. What can you say about him?
Well, coming in, 4 touchdown games, huge. and finishing off drives, I think, was fantastic. Of what he did and his ability to finish off the drives was awesome. We made a lot of big plays tonight. We're able to move the ball down the field very consistently. We had that one drive backed up that we got to be able to get the ball out of there in that situation, which gave them, their 3 points in the first half. But it was, but overall, it's so good having him, getting him healthy. I think you saw when he's healthy, he's one of the top backs in this league.
Absolutely. He's rolling tonight. Anthony Calandria, his decision-making, leading your team to 10 wins. What can you say about his resiliency tonight?
Well, huge. You did a great job again, leading the team, taking what they gave us, some great plays when we need him to make great plays. Interception at the end of the first half, that's 100% on me. He got hit and on the one that floated into the end zone later in the game. But his leadership out there in the field, his decision-making, get us into the right plays was really good.
Overall, Coach, 10 wins. What can you say about this brand new coaching staff, brand new roster coming together this season?
Well, I think we had the least number of returning starters in the country. Over 70 new guys on the roster. To get 10 wins is pretty special. Players, the buy-in from these players, what we're trying to build. Couldn't be prouder of them. And I thank them because, they bought into what we were preaching and what we were trying to do, and they were rewarded with a 10-win season. And, hopefully we get, when you win enough, you get to keep playing. So hopefully we get at least 2 more games.
Well, coming up next, we're hanging out with the best-dressed Rebel on this UNLV football team. The Rebels got style, okay? We're talking football, fashion, and community service with the former Gator, Chief Borders, coming up next on the RebZone. It's rivalry week here in Nevada. We got Chief Borders joining us on the RebZone, the star of the show. We're so happy to finally have you on a 9-2 rolling 3-game win streak up in Reno. What is the energy with the team right now?
The energy, we're moving, we're pumping, we're ready to go. Just happy as a team, just stacking these games and just being there for each other, right? As a brotherhood, we're starting to peak exactly how our plan was to go into the season. Let's peak towards the end of the season. Let's really start putting our best game of football towards the end of the season, and we're starting to do that. Happy.
Coming out of the third bye week, I feel like you guys have really turned things around defensively, posting 2 second-half shutouts. What has been the difference for you guys?
Our mentality, let's be ruthless. Let's really have an identity as a defense, play our game, play our ball, and really just get after the quarterback, right? You affect the man with the ball, everything else shall work its way through.
You've been really active in our community in Las Vegas. Talk about your love for the city.
Love Las Vegas. Anytime I could get a chance to give back, giving away shoes, that was so awesome to brighten up a kid's day. Even doing a food drive, giving away food to the less of the need, that's just one of the biggest things that I cherish. I cherish those moments, and I'm just so happy I was able to do so and make a small impact for, something that'll go on for days on. So I'm happy about that.
Your passion is giving back, your passion is football, but your passion is also fashion as well. So we can see with his hat and his glasses. Talk about that passion you have for dressing up.
More so, just a expression, expression of how I'm feeling throughout the day. It might be like vibrant colors. It might be, something small, dull, or, just very chill, laid back, depending on how I'm feeling. But I just love genuine fashion, right? And it's an expression that I can always come and show up and be myself.
Really unique and awesome football journey you've had here, reunited with Dan Mullen. What can you say about your college football career?
A full circle moment. A lot of my guys that I played in high school ball with, even cross paths on the football camp circuit, definitely had a chance to really either play with them or play against them on all different conferences and different levels. And it's just always been a beautiful moment, right? And then a full circle moment with Coach Dan Mullen. Started off with him at Florida, and then making a full circle moment now. It's beautiful, it's beautiful, and it definitely shaped me into the man who I am and still growing every day.
Grinding, that's what I'm seeing from your side of the ball. Rivalry week, what can we expect to see from your guys on Saturday?
We're going to go out there and have fun. That's one thing that we always plan on doing, like going out there having fun, dialed in on what we have to do on the defensive side and the offensive side, and especially on special teams, making plays on special teams, getting that ball, behind the 20, stopping guys, especially defensive-wise, always affecting that ball. And we get the ball back to the offense, they're going to have the business and do their thing.
Chief Borders, one of the most explosive football players here at UNLV. I'll wrap it up with Rebel Nation, the band. What can you say about the sport this year?
I love y'all, man. Love y'all so much, man. Rebel Nation, man. I can't wait. Tune in for this game this Saturday. Let's keep the cannon red.
7 of the top 25 teams in the country are here in Vegas, competing in the Players Era Men's Championship right here at the MGM Grand Garden Arena. UNLV senior forward Kamani Hamilton comes up with the steal. Look at this. True freshman Isaac Williamson sends it down for the dunk. The Rebels jump in front 5-4. Later, Williamson shows off his moves in the paint. Yes, sir. Go off, young freshman Rebel. UNLV up 16-15 over Maryland. The Rebels go on a 8-0 run. Hamilton is going off in the first half. The Rebels keep rolling. Let a wide open Dre Gibbs Lawhorn cook. UNLV up by 2. Tyron Jones fighting on both ends of the floor. The Rebels up 30-27 over Maryland at the half. UNLV keeping up the fight. Al Green from 3. The Rebels trail Maryland by 5. The Terps take over this ball game down the stretch, winning this late night matchup on the strip 74-67.
Yeah, I mean, we've spent a lot of time on us defensively, and I felt that we've gotten better at it, and we really have. And I think we can be a really good defensive team once we get kind of our main guys back as well, too. So we'll continue to improve on that. But I thought defense wasn't the issue today. We had some chances. As you know, we just missed some great looks. We had some great wide open looks and had a couple fast break opportunities and convert on, and that's just part of the game. Sometimes just a make and miss game. But, defensively, we have gotten a lot better from where we started. We have really improved, and we just got to continue on that improvement as we move forward.
Night 2 of the Players Era Men's Championship. The Runnin' Rebels coming off a 74-67 loss to Maryland, getting set to take on number 8 Bama at the MGM Grand Garden Arena. The Crimson Tide come out stomping. Isaac Williamson loses the ball. Aiden Holloway sinks the 3. Bama jumps in front 9-5. Alabama knocks down 6 first-half threes, all Crimson Tide 12-7. True freshman Isaac Williamson, he is dangerous from deep. Williamson sinks 3 first-half threes. UNLV trails Alabama by 1. The Rebels keep up the fight. Walter Brown with the loose ball, a bounce to Al Green, you bet. Rebels trail Alabama 29-15. Good hustle by the Rebs in the first half. Green is coming through for UNLV. The Rebels trail Bama 51-36 at halftime. The shorthanded Rebels unable to match Bama's physicality. UNLV drops back-to-back games in the Players Era Men's Championship, falling to number 8 Alabama.
Alabama's really good. They just stretch you so much defensively. You got to have a rim protector. Even our zone. I just thought we looked small. We were small. I mean, we were small compared to them. That's a big-time SEC team, and when you're playing against a big-time SEC, you got to have some size on you, and I just thought we were small, and they made some tough threes. I mean, they're really, really good. I mean, they got multiple NBA guys on their team, and they made NBA type of shots.
After dropping 3 in a row, the Lady Rebels jumped back in the win column this week, getting revenge on Creighton 76-67 and stacking another win over Northern Iowa. Fox 5's Mariah Janos has the highlights from the Thomas and Mack.
Coming off an upset win over Creighton, the Lady Rebels continue to bring the heat against Northern Iowa, starting with the defense. Erica Collins rejects the shot to keep the Panthers off the board early. That energy transitions into the offense as Meadow Rowland knocks down the turnaround jumper. And then the perimeter game got going. First, it was Destiny Leo in the corner for 3. The Panthers respond with a 3 of their own, but they certainly had a lot of catching up to do. The Lady Rebels up 23-12 after the first 10 minutes, including another shot from downtown. Northern Iowa getting a jump on the second quarter with quick pace, ball movement, and the jumper from the elbow. UNLV not backing down as Jasmine Lott gets to the basket on the backdoor cut. The Panthers picking up steam. They go on a 7-point run, capped off by a buzzer beater at the rim. Lady Rebels up by just 4 at halftime. Scarlet and Gray all the way throughout the second half. Meadow Rowland leading her team with 17 points in the 62-56 UNLV win. Next up, the Lady Rebels head to UT San Antonio on Wednesday. For Fox 5 and Silver State Sports, I'm Mariah Janos.
Busy week in Las Vegas, keeping the Cannon red. Now it's time to pack our bags to Boise with UNLV football. We'll see you next Sunday on the RebZone.